She missed her train. It was raining harder than ever. And of course, she forgot her umbrella. Then, from behind a steaming cart, came an old voice. "You forgot it again, didn't you?" He remembered her from last week, said she looked like his granddaughter, always too busy, always in her head. She tried to pay. He refused. "Just visit again, that's all." The next morning, she brought 2 coffees. He wasn't there, only a note. "The rain passed, but thank you for standing in it with me." A small act of kindness can outlast 1,000 lonely days, and sometimes, a red umbrella is all it takes to feel seen. Every day after school, she slipped into the forgotten music room, where the dust listened and the piano waited. She never spoke a word, but each note she played told the story she couldn't say out loud. Upstairs, in apartment to be, Mr. Renzel listened. Every note reminded him of her, the one he lost. Then one day, she didn't come. And for the first time in 10 years, he walked down those stairs, sat at that old bench, and played. Some people speak through music, some listen with memories, but healing happens when both find the same song. He didn't know her name, just her smile, and that blue umbrella. Every Thursday, like clockwork, in a world that never stopped moving, she gave him a reason to slow down, if only for a moment. The next Thursday came, and she wasn't there. He almost left, until he saw it, folded, on the bench where she always waited. He didn't know her story, but he made a promise that day never to rush past a moment that might mean everything. Not every delivery comes with a name, but sometimes, it leaves behind a reason to care. They said the piano in that house hadn't made a sound in years, but the boy heard something every time he passed. One rainy day, he stopped and left a note under the gate. "Can I hear your piano just once?" The next day, a single note floated through the air, broken, rusty, but alive. Every evening she played, not for the world, just for the boy with the backpack. Then, one day, the music stopped, but on the bench sat a letter and a small wrap box. You never know whose silence your presence might heal, and whose sound might stay with you forever. Aidan never joined the track team. He just watched, always at the edge of the fence. Coach Rivera noticed. He always did. One day, he asked, "Why don't you run?" Aidan shrugged. "I don't have the shoes for it." The next morning, a box sat on Aidan's porch, inside a brand new pair of track shoes, and a note. "Run like you mean it." He ran, not the fastest, not perfect, but he ran like he belonged, like someone believed in him. Years later, Coach was gone. Aidan became one himself, and one day, a kid told him, "I want to run, but I've got no shoes." He smiled. "I know where to find a pair." One small act of belief can echo for generations. Lena ran, always. The bus was her lifeline, and she was always just seconds too slow. But one night, the bus waited. She didn't know why until she saw him, Mr. Day, waving gently at the driver. From that night on, he was always there, never speaking much, just waiting, so the bus would wait too. One day, she made it early, but the bench was empty. No Mr. Day, only a folded letter in his spot. Lena, once, I was a teacher. I knew what missed chances looked like. All I did was make sure time waited for you. Now, it's your turn to help someone else catch their bus. Sometimes, a small pause from a stranger gives you the time you never knew you needed. John couldn't afford much. A used phone. It worked fine, until it rang without a number. It wasn't a call. It was a voice note, soft, familiar, a woman's voice. "My baby, if you ever feel alone." He searched. The voice was his mother's, but she'd passed 2 years ago. How? Was it on this phone? Then he met Yoonji. She remembered the phone. She never deleted the voice memo. She said, "Some phones choose where to go." He saved the voice memo, played it every time he fell, not because it was magic, but because someone kept her voice safe. until he was ready to hear it. Some messages don't arrive when we want them, but exactly when we need them most. The rain always came in the afternoons. So did Minji passing his porch with her red umbrella. Mr. Han never smiled back. Until one day, she didn't come. The street felt quieter, the rain heavier. 3 days passed. No red umbrella. Then, a knock. Weak, at his gate, soaked, shivering. Minji had been walking from school without an umbrella because she left hers with someone who needed it more. He didn't speak, just gave her his late wife's towel. For the first time, he shared his porch. Then the next day, his umbrella. They never said much, but every time it rained, they walked the same path under one red umbrella, and neither of them felt lonely again. Sometimes the smallest shelter becomes someone's whole world.
Your story isn't over yet. Share this if it gave you chills.